welcome, Sashe, to the Business of Hair. I'm really excited to have you. I really wanted to kind of first get you to introduce yourself and then we'll go into the questions.
Sure, thank you for having me. So my name is Sashe and I'm the founder and CEO of Sashe Amari, which is a hair brand based here in London, which initially started off as providing braiding services and now hair products, which we actually supply to women all over the world. And more recently, my Sashe Amari Academy.
Incredible. So let's take it back a bit. How did you get into hair? Like, what's your journey? Tell us about how you even got into the industry and how you've kind of managed to grow as well.
Yeah, sure. So I was exposed to hair from a very young age. So I was born in Jamaica and I remember as young as even 4 or 5, like people who are born back home, when you're growing up, you're in a house with a lot of people. And so I grew up around all my older cousins and they all could do hair. And I was always quite creative as a child and naturally good with my hands. And whenever my older cousin was doing someone's hair, I was just always keen to get involved.
Wow, what's going on
right?
here?
And whilst everyone else was playing, I wanted to get involved. There was just this fascination with braiding in particular as well from then. So I remember just coming and just helping them literally until then moving to this country. And I still just continued it.
And when did you move here?
So I moved here when I was 8 years old. So even though it seemed like it wasn't a lot of my childhood in Jamaica, but I really picked up a lot there. And I really remember, being there so much. So it really just started there and then coming here. I was one in the family who was doing everyone's braids.
Oh, yeah. There's always that one. And you're like, you know what?
No, honestly.
You have to beg them because you know that they're like, everybody's going to them. Like, there's that one person in the family that you're like, yeah, please.
I literally was, yeah. And then going to school, I was the girl charging £2 to do everyone's hair at lunchtime. So it's just something that never left me. And I guess as I got older, and started taking it more seriously, doing more friends of friends, I guess it kind of just became more of just a skill, but seeing how I was able to make people feel like people were coming to me for braids for their birthday, for holiday. So it was just that me being able to, I guess, make people feel that way. That's when my love for it really grew. And so, that's how I've turned it into a business and now into education.
Wow. And I guess let's talk about that actually. So you said you turned it into a business. And I love that you said that because we love to talk about income streams here at the Business of Hair because I know that you have multiple income streams. So do you want to talk us through like how you started obviously servicing your clients and then also how you grew that into multiple streams within the business?
Sure. So how the business originally worked was I was providing braiding services. I mean, you guys know me as a knotless braider. And I guess the business naturally developed sort of partly due to my creativity, but also me wanting to solve problems for my clients. So from the creative aspect, like whenever my clients come and they want like black braids, I would always be like, can we do some color? Can we add some color?
Yeah.
And then I just started to do color mixes. And as I was posting them on my social media, people just loved them. They hadn't really seen like multiple colors being mixed together and people wanted them.
Yeah.
And so, and not just people in the UK, people in other countries as well. So I then started to hand blend color mixes and was selling them online.
Amazing.
And so that's how that came along. And then I guess from the aspect of solving problems with my clients, I guess it was an issue of maintenance. So when I started to do long braids, there were long bonnets around, but it just wasn't as practical. Like they would swing all over the place. And I thought, you know what? What if I get a long bonnet and actually put 2 clips at the top so that they can pin the bonnet up? And that way, when you're sleeping, it's kind of off your shoulders.
That is
so
genius.
That's how my bonnets came along, which done really, really well. And I was able to, sell that across the globe, not just in the UK. And then as the business continued, again, braiders started reaching out to me saying, how'd you get your parts so neat? How'd you get your work so clean? And I thought, a way to help braiders with precision in terms of parting was to bring out a comb. So I actually brought out a precision parting comb, which has a ruler sort of inbuilt. So it helps you to actually measure up. So it kind of takes out that guesswork.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a lot. And this is how it's then led to me doing a knotless course to actually help braiders. And now the academy, because, you know, it doesn't just teach how to braid, but actually, as you know, as we are here, the business of braiding. So there's a lot to it. It's not just the skill, but I think the skill is so important. It's so important.
I think what sticks out to me is the journey. It feels like at every point you recognize that there was a problem to solve. And I think it's easy in business to be like, it's a problem to solve, it's not my problem. But you had created an opportunity out of every problem, you know? So, or every opportunity. So either took an opportunity or solved a problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people need to do. Like as a braider, as a stylist, as you know, as a professional, there's always something that people come to you for. They're like, how do you do that? How do you do that? And there is a way to leverage that. You know, with you, it was kind of, how do you blend these colors? Like, I haven't seen anything like that. You could have just been like, oh yeah, I do this. But you actually thought, hold on, there's an opportunity here. Let me take that, you know? And then, you know, with the bonnets, there's an opportunity here. Let me create that. With the, so I think it's really about spotting those opportunities. And you can only do that when you're listening to your clients.
I think so, 100%. Because like I said, this wasn't planned.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't planned, and it kind of just came naturally from me wanting, you know, other people to be able to experience what I've been able to do and kind of what I'm doing. So,
And I think that's something that a lot of people can learn from is how do you, because a lot of people, stylists say, how do I grow my business? And actually how you grow your business is one, you know, what passions you have and what direction you want to go in, but also what problems there are to solve. And if you can get a sweet spot of those two, you're going to create something that's going to be magic. And I think that's what you did in everything. You got a sweet spot between you wanted to do this or you were good at this and a problem was there and then you kind of leapt. So onto that, actually, what is one of your biggest achievements you feel like in your business? Because you talked about the academy, which I think is absolutely incredible. And I think obviously we've spoken about not just trading your time for money and like kind of the next step up. So I'd love to hear what you feel like your biggest achievement is.
That's a good question. I would say my biggest achievement to date, it's definitely my braiding business. So I don't know if I mentioned, but when I started braiding, it was literally just like, something I enjoyed in a side hustle. I was in my first year of university. I was going to become a nurse. That was meant to be my career. I just realized that sometimes the path that we are on or what we have planned for ourselves isn't necessarily what God has called us to do.
100%.
And I do believe that He's given me this gift to be able to create, to be able to uplift, and I guess make women feel beautiful and make that transition to just completely focus on my business. And then I think it's my passion for what I do and I guess me wanting to serve that's allowed me to continue to kind of grow, I guess, naturally. And it definitely wasn't easy. Like lots of long days.
Long hours.
Determination, especially trying to balance my career, like the demand of nursing and building my business. So
wow. And you managed to fully make that transition, which is absolutely incredible. And I love that what you said about the desire to serve, because like, okay, let's count. You have like your braiding business, you have the products that you sell, you sell, including like the combs, the bonnets, and the hand blends or the hair extensions. You also have the teaching. So it's like, you've managed to really make a lot out of like, it is a business, you know, and we were talking about what a business is. Like, there's one thing being a highly paid, self-employed individual, 100%. Where you're literally just like, you do the hair, you get the money.
100%.
And there's another thing, building a business and a brand where actually there's multiple problems that you're solving within the same
100%.
You know, space.
100%.
And I love that you managed to do that, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, I would say, like I said, it wasn't planned. It sort of started naturally, but also I think one thing that's really helped me to kind of set the right goals and actually work towards them is educating myself. Like when I started consuming like podcasts and videos on business, on it really just changed it completely changed my mindset and how I approached business. So I think for some reason, naturally, me, loving what I do and wanting to like solve a problem. But then the more I started to educate myself and like people who've actually done it, like real successful people, at the very core of business, it's solving a problem.
Yeah.
It's providing a product, whether it's a service, whether it's a physical product that solves a problem. And that's how you get from one level to the next.
Yeah. Amazing. So, and I think, when we talk about solving a problem, you've actually touched on it, but I was going to say anyone looking to kind of achieve some of the things that you've done in your business, what's one piece of advice you would give to them? And I think it's beautiful that you said the educating yourself. So like either expand on that or there might be something else. But yeah, it'll be good to say, like someone that's looking at you and saying, hey, like how do I break out of this? Like, I'm doing hair, I'm great. I want to build that foundation, but I want to go beyond it. How do I do that?
I mean, what I would say is that your skill is your superpower. Like I think there's 4 things that I've been able to focus on, which has really enabled me to be in the place that I am in my business. And the first thing I do believe is finding one skill, like as stylist. And that's the old way of thinking. Like we want to be able to do everything. Like pick one thing. Pick one thing. Focus on mastering. And this can apply for not even just braiders, but obviously I'm speaking for braiders. Pick one thing, master that one thing, invest in mastering that one skill. And then you just build your entire brand, your business around that. So when I started braiding, I was providing braids, twists. I was doing everything. And if I'm to be honest with myself, like I said, I was naturally always quite good with my hands, but I was a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Whew.
I was. And it's not until I made that decision to really hone in and focus on one thing and learn and invest in that one thing that I've seen the transformation in my business. So I'll definitely say focus on one thing, learn how to master that one thing and build your whole business around that. The second thing, media, learn how to market your work. So once you refine that one thing, then you can move on learning how to market that thing, right? And learn how to use social media, leverage it like to build your audience, right?
Build your brand.
Build your brand. So once you've mastered the skill and you've learned how to market the skill, then that's when monetization comes in.
Woo!
So that's...
She's giving us the M's, honey.
You
said master, market and monetize.
Honestly,
I love it.
That's when that comes in. So then you learn how to, I guess, leverage your skills. So it's kind of what I've been able to do. So I was known as a braider, then I was a knotless braider. Then I'm sort of providing tools to help knotless braiders. And now I have an education around knotless braids. So you can kind of see how, do you know what I mean? Like people know me, not just as a hairstylist, but as a knotless braider,
it's
right?
like, and the beauty about that is that if anybody thinks I want the best knotless braids or I want to get knotless braids done, you are going to be top of that list.
Yeah. But when you do something over and over again, it's impossible to not be good.
Yeah.
And I think the last one is mindset. The last one is mindset. I think you have to be able to adopt a certain mindset that's going to allow you to take calculated risks. That's going to allow you to, make certain decisions. Like I feel like in my journey, like from the beginning, how my mindset have evolved, it's really changed how I look at business and how I look at where I'm going. So
that's a big one. And I think mindset is it's about shifting what you believe is possible for yourself.
100%.
And feeding yourself with things that will allow you to be like, I can do it.
100%.
And if you don't, you can try and do everything else, but if you don't have that fundamentally, like,
then you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And how I was able to kind of develop my mindset was becoming more aware, educating myself. I think never stop. Not just investing in your skills, but investing in your education.
Yeah.
It's so important. It completely changes how you see things.
Yeah. You have a different perspective because you're like, hold on, there's all these other options available to me that I hadn't even thought of.
You have to have that autonomy and really just learn.
Yeah.
You do.
And I think, you talked about something around, marketing your business or like your skill. And I think that's something that you've done incredible at. So what kind of tips would you give to someone who's looking at like any content strategies or marketing strategies that you use that someone could adopt?
Oh, I would say one of the best marketing strategies that has worked for my business is transformational content. And there's so many different aspects of that. So for example, I do a lot of befores and afters. So I will do whether it's a post or a reel This is what my client's hair looked like when they sat in my chair. This is what it looks like when they're leaving. And it's just showing that transformation. You're selling the transformation because I'm a braider. That's what people are buying. So definitely transformational selling. And then even in terms of me showing my journey. So this is what my skills were at in 2018. This is my skills now. So again, it's just showing that transformation. And it really just builds that know, like, and trust with your audience. And I think the most important thing is social proof. It builds social proof. So I think through transformational, I guess you can call it transformational content or marketing. You're building that social proof, and that is what is going to make you a key person of influence. Yes. And that's what's going to make...
not the Daniel Presley reference. Yes.
No, it's
I love that.
It's so important.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely say transformational marketing. Also just quality.
Yeah.
I've worked so hard to be able to build a brand that's built on precision and quality. And it's being consistent with quality. So I feel like we're told, show up on Instagram, be consistent and post every day. But I would rather skip a day posting if I don't have value and content, and quality to deliver. So it's also about quality.
Yeah. Because that's such a good point, because you can post consistently, but it's really the quality of what you're posting.
It's the quality.
It really is. And investing in the quality of it, whether it's upgrading your content skills, whether it's upgrading like
your
angles.
Your
actual skills, Your actual grading, yes.
So it's so true. That's
really,
amazing.
Really important. I mean, it's incredible. And I think one thing I do want to touch on is like, have you had any challenges in the business? Because I think you've had such amazing growth. And as you said, like you've come from a place of like just seeing organically where the business has taken you and grabbing opportunities. But somewhere along the way, like, have you had a huge challenge? Have you had anything that you've had to overcome?
Oh, girl. every day, it's not easy. I feel like... And, even in terms of just braiding, I feel like people see the end result. But because we don't really show behind the scenes and the process, like, braiding is a very strenuous job. It's very strenuous. Like, a lot goes into it. Like, even just actually being the one who is braiding, but also running the business. Like, all the things that you have to make sure, all the things that you need to be able to put a business together to make it run.
Yeah.
Like, you're providing the braiding services, managing bookings, speaking to suppliers, speaking to clients, inquiries. There's so much. And it is a lot. Like, sometimes I do think, why am I doing this? It really is a lot. But I think you have to be determined. You have to have goals and know why you're doing it. Yeah. And then having the right support system. I mean, like, my friends and my family, they're really, really encouraging. Honestly, just God as well. He is the reason why I'm here.
We have the grace to do 100%. What we do.
So challenges do come, and that's just a part of business. And as I've grown as a business, and I know that as I continue to grow, challenges are only going to get harder.
And they always say, more money, more problems. But also, the bigger the size of the business, the bigger the size of the problem.
The bigger the size of the problems, 100%, because you have to become someone new. You have to develop new skills, new knowledge. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I always say that I'm more than just a braider. And for me, it's not even just, having the skill and providing the service. Like, my clients, I spend so long with them. Like, we have intimate conversations. It's also like networking.
It is. So it's relationship building. It's community building.
It really is. And I learned so much from my clients. Like, sometimes I see them when I see my friends.
Yeah. So you pretty much do.
So it's more than just that. So I can even have like a really long braiding session that is a lot on my body, but it's like, do you know what
you're using it also to connect as well.
100%.
And so also being able to learn from them and grow with them.
100%. So that keeps me going. It really does.
No, that's amazing. It's not easy. That one I can agree.
It's not easy.
It doesn't matter which business you're running. It's never easy.
It's not. You have your good days and your bad days, but you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Perseverance.
Yeah. And I guess also, moving back or shifting to the wider industry, what are some of the cultural tensions you feel like exist currently in the black hair space or black hair industry?
What I would say is that braiding has been a staple hairstyle in the black community from from the beginning of time, right? And I think, and you could probably be, a testament to this as well, braiding is now being worn more in formal settings. And so braiding as a whole is now being perceived more as an elegant style when, in fact, it always was. It just didn't receive the recognition that it needed. And that's why part of my role is to continue to show quality and to continue to promote and display and even help other braiders to continue to also show, how elegant braids really are.
Yeah.
It really is a style that's, it just enhances your natural beauty, and it's such a powerful thing for us, our hair. And so
I love that. And I think it's so true, because actually if you think about the way braiding has changed, and even the knotless braids concept and of making braids a lot slicker and a lot more
it has evolved.
And then you have the bohos and you have feed-ins. There's just so much. It has evolved and it continues to evolve. And I love a new braiding trend, and I love a new braiding style, because it's kind of it doesn't stop, right?
100%.
It does shift perspectives,
100%,
So I think that's so important.
Sure. And it's not just our culture, our communities embracing it. We see other communities.
Exactly.
It's really impacting other communities now.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that we continue to evolve the industry.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking about trends, what are some of your favorite hair, braiding trends, or even general hair trends that you've seen recently?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just love braids. For me, I don't know, but I think part of the reason why I stuck to, or I decided to do braids, because initially it was box braids, and then it evolved to knotless braids, and now boho braids. I feel most beautiful when I'm in braids, and I think boho braids, how it has just evolved, that I don't think that trend is ever going to go.
It's never going to go.
It's never going to go, and that's kind of what. And I see how it's now being incorporated in other braiding styles. So Fulani braids with the curly bits.
You got the bob.
Oh gosh, the bob.
I think we're gonna. We love a bob boho. Also, I'm coming for that. By the way, I need a bob boho.
It's just such. I don't know. I don't think
it's gorgeous.
We understand the emotional connection we have with our hair. When it's done and it's done well, we can show it for the world. It really is our power.
It really is. It's so funny because I went to Whitney. I went to Whitney to get my hair done, and she was like, oh my god, she was literally showing me. She was like, look at these braids that Sashe did for me. She was like, I felt so good on holiday. It was the bob, knotless, and she was like, I could just tell, even though she didn't have the braids anymore, it really just it was such a big deal. And I was like, she was basically like, you need to go. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go and get these braids, because the way you're talking about them.
Honestly, it's more than just braiding.
It really is.
A lot of my clients, a lot of them aren't as young as me and you. They're actually, established women. But if you see my Instagram page, they all they're in their 20s. It's just something about it that just brings back this youthfulness and it just gives you the
amazing. I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much. You've been incredible.
Thank you.
We do have one more question for you.
Okay.
Which is literally just one piece of advice that you would give to self-employed hairstylists out there.
Yeah, one piece of advice I would give to self-employed hairstylists is that, like I've said before, literally your skill is your superpower. The potential, I don't feel like a lot of us understand the potential of our skills, and there's no ceiling. Once you master your craft, there's so many places to go from there. So I'll definitely say master your skill, learn how to market yourself, never stop learning, invest in your education. I cannot stress the importance of investing in yourself and in your education, and just continue learning, continue developing. I've learned that the quickest and the fastest way to get ahead is to invest in the knowledge that you don't know. So I'm so big on educating yourself and investing in yourself. If there's something that you want to do, you don't know how, invest in learning how to do it. And that's how all those successful people get ahead, by doing that. So that's what I would say.